What's going on, you guys? It's Calvin, the FPL Penguin, back again with another video for you all. Hope you're all doing good. In today's video, it's going to be a Game Week 10 buy, hold, sell video, your best transfers to eye up for this upcoming game week. If you do enjoy this video, guys, please smash that like button right now, subscribe, and hit the notification bell too, and share this video with all your mates. Let's get straight into the video. So, this is how it's going to go down. It's going to be little tier list. We're going to go swiftly through them, give them reasons, give them stats, what's going on, how they're doing so far this season. So I'll start and buy, hold, sell. So this should be very, very interesting. You can see some of the players, all the players at the bottom of the screen that we're going to be talking about. So should we start from top to bottom or bottom to top? Or I think we'll start with buy first. That's a very interesting one because a lot of people, buy is very popular, isn't it? You know, who we want to bring in, go into that game week. So we'll start off with the first player to go in that buy list. We're going to bring in Trossard. We're going to bring in Trossard in buy. Stats-wise, 9% owned at the minute, priced at 6.7 million. 5 goals and 2 assists to his name. Yes, he got the hat-trick against my beloved team, Liverpool. But he's got 5 goals, 2 assists so far this season. He's got Spurs, Brentford and Forest. And, you know, Brighton, without Potter now, the post-Potter era, still looking very, very good. Still looking strong, still looking tight. Yeah, so it should be interesting. I think Spurs game should be very interesting. I know everyone was going about in the early days, Gross or McAllister like myself. I think Trossard is, you know, that pinnacle sort of play. You know, everything's going to go through him. He's going to try and make those runs into the box and try and score. So I think a lot of people are eyeing him up, especially for game week 12, is it? I think because they've got Forest. So like I said, he's got Spurs, Brentford and Forest next, and, you know, 6.7. I think he's definitely someone to consider, especially for this game week. I think he could really go at Spurs. We know Emerson Royale is out of this game. Conte coming out saying Doherty is not ready yet, or Spence yet. The old his words, his comments got a bit mixed up. You know, the media messing it around a bit, but it sounds like he's not putting any faith in Doherty or Spence just yet with Royale out. So Trossard's the first one to go into the buy list. The next one is Maddison. Let's talk about Maddison. Maddison, he's owned by 13% so far this season. About 8.1 he is at the minute with 5 goals and 2 assists so far this season. He's got Bournemouth, Palace and Leeds next. I think he's definitely a must-have. A must-have indeed. 13% still differential. Going into game week 9, I was one of that owned him. Great game on Monday. Helped me overall as well. 13% only at the minute. I know there's still time. There's still Thursday, Friday, bit of Saturday as well to bring him in. But still very, very low ownership. And the games he's got next are Bournemouth, Palace and Leeds, like I said. And, you know, he takes set pieces too. And I think he's a must-have for sure. A must-have. Try and get him in. Even if it's for a hit, it's worth it. Even for a -4, it's worth it. So he's in the buy section as well. Another one to talk about is going to the buy section. He's been talked about a lot. Is Mr. Zaha. Now he is owned by 18% so far this season. 7.3 million he's priced at. 4 goals to his name so far this season with Leeds, Leicester and Wolves all next. His next 3 games. I think he's a very, very exciting player. You know, obviously out of the 3 of them, you can see on the screen, Maddison a must-have. But I think Zaha with his fixtures, like I mentioned, Leeds, Leicester and Wolves, he could really attack him. And you know, he's a really good player to have. Very, very skillful, very, very attacking, good attacking players around him with Eze, Elise around him as well. Eddie there too. Some very, very good, talented players around him. And Palace still a very, very good team, a bogey team, a very hard team to break down. And I think Zaha definitely deserves to be in the buy section going into game week 10. Another one to go into the buy section is Aubameyang. Let's talk about him. I know a lot of people were talking about him in my last stream. 9 million he's owned by. 9 million is priced at. He's owned by 1.4%. That would have been something, 9 million. But 1.4%, he's owned by only a measly 1.4%. He's priced at 9 million, 1 million more than Jesus. 1 goal in 1 appearance for Chelsea. Got a goal on his debut, I believe, obviously. But yeah, he's got Wolves, Villa and Brentford in his next 3. Wolves without a manager. Well, I think they're looking to get a new manager. Relatively tough at the back, but Chelsea and Potter know they need to start winning games. Aubameyang looks like he's starting to settle in well at Chelsea. Leicester, who haven't got great defence. Not Leicester. Villa, who haven't got a great defence. And Gerrard in the hot seat at the minute, could get the boot very, very soon. And then you got Brentford as well. That's going to be interesting games. But I think Aubameyang for 9 million could be a right steal. I think he's starting to settle in. Him and Sterling linking up well, Mount. So I think he could be a relatively good punt to go for if you want to upgrade maybe Jesus, if you're willing to do that. As we know, Jesus, we'll talk about very, very soon, has got a blank in game week 12. Some tough fixtures ahead. Got Liverpool. I'm biased as hell saying it's tough, but it's still tough. So I think you could easily do that if you have the funds. Or if you want to do -4, maybe do that. Another one to go into the buy section to finish it off. We have got, take a guess, guys. We're going for Anthony. Ooh, this guy right here. Stats-wise, 6% owned, priced at 7.5. 2 goals in his first 2 games, 1 in each of them, obviously. And he's got Everton, Newcastle, and Spurs next. They'll want to turn things around after that embarrassing defeat against City. Anthony scored in that game, in that loss, I believe. He's got Everton next. Obviously, a completely different team to City. So he's got Newcastle, which will be tough. Spurs will be tough as well. But also Anthony's settling well, just like Aubameyang settling quickly. So I think definitely Anthony for 7.5 could be a right steal. And especially for his ownership, if you want that differential punt to help you get up in the rankings, good one. Another good one to go for. Another one to that. We're going to move on now. If you are enjoying the video, guys, we're halfway through, near enough. Please hit that like button and do subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Get in the comments as well. Let me know what you think of these picks so far, and any that I've missed out, or the little gems out there. Do let me know. Moving on to the hold section. Let's go to the hold section. We have got Reece James. Let's put him in here. Reece James. Well, hey. Reece James wise, hold for now. He's not had the best start to the season, has he? He's owned by 38% of managers, 1 goal and 1 assist so far this season. 6 million he's priced at. He's not doing what he did last season, getting the assists and stuff. Chelsea defense shaky at the minute, but he has got Wolves next, who can't really score. Who have, even last season can't really score. It's all about the defense, isn't it? And he's got Villa, who aren't great, like I talked about Aubameyang, and then they've got Brentford as well, who aren't really firing as such at the moment. So your next 3 games could be, if you have got Reece James in your side still, I recommend keeping him for what he can offer. We've seen Son come back into the fray. He started coming off the bench in that game, and in one of the games like 2 weeks ago, and he's got that form back being explosive, and James is an explosive player. I think James, if you've got him, keep him for now, and give him the next 3 games, see what happens. I think the next 3 games he has a chance to reward his owners at the minute. Could help them out, and say Reece James. Another one to the hold section. Take a guess, guys. We're going for Mitro. Right, we know about this injury. We don't know the extent of it. Fulham rushed him back. He's got 6 goals so far this season. They were hammered 5-1, was it? 4-5-1 against 5-1 probably against Newcastle. Price at 6.9. 29% owned. He's got West Ham, Bournemouth, and Villa next. But it's all about the extent of his injury. So if he is out, he's out. Then probably move him on. But if he's only out for 1 week, I'd probably say keep him. I don't know, unless what you think of my other picks. Maybe look at Aubameyang, depends how much money you got, but maybe just bench him for the first week if he's not out for long. Depends on the extent of the injury. But for now, as I'm speaking, as we know, we don't know anything more than that he's injured. We don't know the extent of his injury until we hear from the manager. So I'll say hold for now. But yeah, next one is Jesus. We're going to put him in hold. Jesus, 70%. Just nearly 70% owned. 8 million he's priced at. 5 goals, 3 assists to his name. He's got Liverpool, Leeds, and he's got a blank in 12. And then after that, he has Southampton and Forest. I recommend holding on to him. I recommend Keeping him. Like I said, I did say earlier, maybe upgrade him to Aubameyang if you did feel tempted. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't see the point maybe getting rid of him. I say arguably he's Arsenal's best attacker at the minute. He's got Liverpool next. We look shaky as hell. They're going to score 1 or 2 goals past us probably. Leeds then after that. Then he's got a blank. Maybe bench him or then take him out. But for now, keep him against Liverpool. Southampton and Forest, like I said, bench him. Then you all that jazz. Then play him against those two. But for Liverpool, I'd probably recommend keeping the way we're playing at the minute. We're woeful. I mean, for Rangers, we couldn't beat them by 2-0 last night. And it was a penalty and a free kick. I mean, a full strength team out. We're in for a hell of a rocky season. We are. That's Liverpool. So Jesus recommended keeping hold of him for now, especially going to game week 10. Another player to talk about is Perisic. I'm going to put him in hold. Keeping in the hold section. We're going to timestamp this for you guys. Perisic is got 3 assists to his name so far this season. 26%. Brighton, Everton, Man United. He will keep starting games. He's a fan favourite. He's a golden boy for Conte. He's not going to drop him anytime soon. Perisic is still going to start on that attacking left wing. Definitely. They want to turn things around after losing the North London derby, obviously. Make it up to the fans. They got Brighton next, which will be tough. Then they got Everton. Then they got Manchester United, who are just dodgy as hell. I'd hold him for now, especially with his ownership, and I think what he can offer, I think is about 5.6 million, I believe, is priced at. But I'd say hold for now. I think it'd be a waste of trying to get rid of him. I think keep for the next 2 to 3 games, definitely the next 2 games, and see what happens. Moving on to the sell section. All these guys at the bottom, obviously. We'll start off with Tony. We'll start with Tony. All red as well. All red. Tony. Let's talk about Mr. Tony. 5 goals and 2 assists. 3 of those goals being a hat-trick against Leeds, the most easiest hat-trick in the world for Tony. Hasn't done much since. He's got Newcastle, he's got Brighton, he's got Chelsea next. 23% owned. Sell him. Sell him now. Sell him, guys. Newcastle are going to be tough. They're relatively tough at the back. It's at Newcastle as well. Hostile atmosphere. Very tough. Making it a fortress. Brighton will be tough. Chelsea will be tough. Sell Tony. Enough said. Moving on. Martinelli is next. Moving to the sell section. The reason I say sell him, I say arguably Jesus is the best Arsenal attacker there. Enough said. 3 goals, 2 assists so far to his season. He's gone a bit sloppy in his form last couple of weeks. Martinelli, last few game weeks, he's gone very sloppy. 46% owned. That's too many, guys. I'm one of them, but that's too many. Too many people own somebody like that, and his form has dipped in the last couple of weeks. Like I said, he's got us. He's got, who else has he got? He's got us, he's got Leeds, and he's got a blank. Like I said, you could just bench Jesus, get rid of Martinelli. I'd say get rid of him. I think he's not offering for his price at the minute, especially for his ownership. So I'd look to get rid. Look at those lovely differential gems, and then you climb up the overall table. I'd get rid of him. That's my personal opinion. Get rid of him. And then we'll move on to the last Liverpool boys. This is going to be fun to talk about. Mo Salah, 30% owned. Arsenal, City, West Ham next. 2 goals and 4 assists. We've had how many game weeks have we had? 8 game weeks. Properly, 8 games have gone. This is not like Salah. This is a guy that can take penalties as well. He didn't destroy Rangers. He only scored a penalty. This man his form is so sloppy. It's so sloppy. It really is. So definitely get rid of him. Arsenal next. Ain't going to be easy. City next. They're probably absolutely hammers 5-0, 4-0, something like that. West Ham is going to be still tough. 2 goals and 4 assists. Come on. For his price tag as well. Come on. Really? So get rid of him. I say. Next one is Trent Alexander-Arnold to finish things off. Before I get even more depressed talking about my Liverpool boys. So 30% owned as well. I think Trent is 1 goal and 1 assist. Price at 7.4 million. Near enough same as James with the stats wise, 1 goal and 1 assist, isn't it? Yeah, Liverpool boys, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of the Liverpool boys. Enough said. Yeah, we're going to concede. Then Trent's not offering. People saying it's going to big up his confidence, him scoring a goal against Rangers and that lovely free kick, fantastic. But it was Rangers. No offense. Why is he not offering that, Trent? Why is he not offering that in league games? Why against Rangers? I think everyone's sloppy at the minute. Liverpool. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. So that's me done before I start to get into a bloody Liverpool rant. So that's it. That's it, guys. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. Please subscribe. Get in the comments. Get in the live chat. Let me know any players, what you think of these players. Blah blah blah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Take it easy, and see you next time.